the American West, a land of vast deserts and towering mountains. This rugged terrain has been home to many stories and legends, each more mysterious than the last. It's a place where secrets seem to linger in the dust-filled air. The whispers of the past echo through the canyons and valleys, creating an aura of enigma. And few groups hold as many secrets as the Mormons. Their history is shrouded in mystery. Their practice is often misunderstood by outsiders. Officially known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, this religious group has a rich and complex history that dates back to the early 19th century. Mormonism has always been an enigma. Its followers are devoted, yet their beliefs and rituals remain largely hidden from the public eye. It's a faith built on a foundation of mystery. Ancient texts and symbols play a crucial role in their religious practices, adding to the intrigue. Outsiders can only guess at the truths hidden within. The grand temples stand as silent sentinels guarding the secrets of the faith. What really goes on inside their sacred temples? These places of worship are cloaked in secrecy, their rituals known only to the initiated. What do they believe about the afterlife? The teachings of the Church offer a unique perspective on life, death, and what lies beyond. And what about their controversial history? From their early days to modern times, the Mormons have faced numerous challenges and controversies. Tonight, we delve into the heart of Mormonism. We'll explore the origins, beliefs, and practices of this fascinating religion. We'll sift through the whispers and legends. Our journey will take us through the annals of history and into the present day. Our goal? To uncover the truth behind this secretive and powerful religion. Join us as we peel back the layers of secrecy and reveal the story of the Mormons. Our story begins in the 1830s in New York. A young man named Joseph Smith claimed to have unearthed a set of golden plates. These weren't just any plates. They were inscribed with an ancient text, the Book of Mormon. Smith, barely out of his teens, declared this book to be the Word of God. He said it told the story of a lost tribe of Israel in America. To some, it was a divine revelation. To others, it was the ramblings of a charlatan. But Smith's followers believed. They flocked to him, eager to hear his words. And so, the Mormon Church was born. Almost immediately, the Mormons faced persecution. Driven from their homes, they embarked on a grueling westward migration. They were searching for their Zion, a promised land where they could live according to their beliefs. But their journey was fraught with hardship and violence. There were accusations of forced conversions and conflicts with local communities. The Mormons, in turn, claimed they were victims of religious prejudice. The most infamous event occurred in Missouri. Mormon settlers clashed with their neighbors. The governor even issued an extermination order against the Mormons. It was a dark chapter in early American history, one with echoes that still resonate today. The Mormons finally found refuge in the Salt Lake Valley. There they built their temple, a towering symbol of their faith. But what happens inside those sacred walls has long been a source of speculation. Only faithful Mormons are allowed past the temple doors. They participate in rituals that are kept strictly confidential. These ceremonies are said to involve special garments, secret handshakes, and oaths of obedience. Critics claim these rituals are evidence of a cult-like mentality within the church. The Mormons, however, insist they are simply expressions of their deeply held faith. Section 5. The Mountain Meadows Massacre. A stain on the Promised Land. Even in their Promised Land, the specter of violence followed the Mormons. One event, in particular, stands out for its brutality. The Mountain Meadows Massacre. In 1857, a wagon train of immigrants passing through Utah was attacked and slaughtered. Over 120 men, women, and children were killed. The Mormons initially denied involvement, but evidence later emerged linking the massacre to local Mormon leaders. The Mountain Meadows Massacre remains a dark stain on Mormon history. It's a reminder of the dangers of religious extremism and the potential for violence in the name of faith. Section 6. Polygamy and the Price of Faith. The stories of plural wives. Perhaps the most controversial aspect of Mormonism was the practice of polygamy. This practice, deeply rooted in the early days of the church, was seen by its followers as a divine commandment, a way to build a celestial family. For decades, Mormon men were permitted to take multiple wives. This was not just a social arrangement, but a religious duty, believed to bring them closer to God and ensure their place in the afterlife. This practice, known as plural marriage, was justified as a divine commandment. Early Mormon leaders, including Joseph Smith and Brigham Young, were among the most prominent practitioners, setting an example for their followers. But polygamy had a dark side. It led to accusations of coercion and abuse within families. The idealistic vision of a harmonious plural family often clashed with the harsh realities of jealousy, competition, and emotional neglect. Women were often forced into marriages they didn't want. Young girls, some barely in their teens, were married off to much older men, with little say in their own futures. Their voices were silenced, their stories untold. Many women suffered in silence, their pain hidden behind the facade of religious duty and family loyalty. Though the LDS Church officially renounced polygamy in 1890, the practice continues among some fundamentalist Mormon groups. These communities, often isolated and secretive, still uphold the old ways, believing they are preserving a sacred tradition. The legacy of polygamy and the impact on generations of women remains a complex and sensitive issue. The stories of these women, their struggles, and their resilience continue to resonate, shedding light on a controversial chapter of religious history. Section 7. Modern Mysteries. The LDS Church in the 21st century. Today, the Mormon Church is a global institution. It boasts millions of members and wields considerable influence. But despite its modern facade, the LDS Church is still shrouded in secrecy. Financial dealings are kept private, dissent is discouraged, and questions about church history are often met with silence. The Church's stance on social issues like same-sex marriage has also drawn criticism. While the Church emphasizes family values, it has struggled to reconcile its teachings with the changing social landscape. Section 8. The Power and the Glory. Examining the Church's wealth and influence. The LDS Church is one of the wealthiest religious institutions in the world. Its financial empire spans across various sectors, making it a significant player, not just in religious circles, but also in the global economy. It owns vast real estate holdings and a lucrative financial portfolio. From commercial properties to residential complexes, the Church's investments are diverse and extensive. But the Church's wealth is shrouded in secrecy. The exact details of its financial status are closely guarded, leading to much speculation and curiosity. Critics argue that the Church's financial dealings lack transparency. They point to the absence of publicly available financial statements as a major concern. They question how the Church uses its vast resources. Is the money being used for the betterment of the community, or is it being hoarded for other purposes? And they wonder why such a wealthy institution continues to solicit tithes from its members. The practice of tithing, where members donate a portion of their income, remains a contentious issue. The Church maintains that its finances are managed responsibly. Officials assert that every dollar is accounted for and used in accordance with the Church's mission. It says its wealth is used to support its global missionary work and humanitarian efforts. From building schools to providing disaster relief, the Church claims its financial resources are put to good use. But the questions about transparency and accountability remain. As long as the Church keeps its financial details under wraps, the debate over its wealth and influence is likely to continue. Section 9. Seeking Answers. The ongoing quest for transparency. Despite the Mormon Church's efforts to control its narrative, questions persist. Historians and journalists continue to probe the Church's past, uncovering uncomfortable truths about its origins and practices. Former members are speaking out, sharing their experiences of disillusionment and abuse. And the internet has become a forum for open discussion about Mormonism, both positive and negative. The push for transparency is growing, and the LDS Church is facing increasing pressure to address its controversial history and current practices. Section 10. A Faith Shrouded in Enigma. Unraveling the Truth about Mormons. The Mormon story is a complex tapestry of faith, secrecy, and controversy. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a global religion, Mormonism has always been shrouded in mystery. While the Church emphasizes its commitment to family values and spiritual growth, its history is marked by persecution, violence, and questionable practices. And its present is characterized by secrecy and a resistance to scrutiny. The truth about Mormonism, it seems, is a constantly shifting landscape. It's a story that is still being written, one revelation at a time.